Hello, today we are going to be making OFE NSALA, authentic OFE NSALA.
The first time I had this, I was blown away. I had it at one of my very good family friends' house, the Mokaros. Even the day my sister tasted it, she called me on the phone. I was like, I need to eat what she ate. And the day I ate it, I was sold. Welcome to my channel. So the first ingredient we have here is catfish. You can also make use of goat meat, chicken or turkey, but I highly recommend catfish. I think Igbos even have a saying that OFE NSALA without catfish is not OFE NSALA.
Next we have cocoyam, and this is what we are going to be using to thicken our soup. You can also use yam if you have, but this is a cheaper option. Next we have crayfish. I got for 100 naira, but this is half of it, and this one is 50 naira. And as usual, all ingredients and their prices will be listed down in the description box below.
Next we have habanero pepper or fresh pepper, and this is the quantity I'm going to be using. But you can increase or decrease it based on your own preference. For seasoning, we are going to be using ogiri, okpei, and this seasoning I think is similar to dawa or iru. I'm not very sure. I think so, but yes, that's what we are going to be using. And then we are going to be using utazi leaves to garnish it. This one is usually bitter in taste. It's different from okazi or oziza leaves. Don't make the mistake of buying either for this. I'm using just 3 leaves of that, and then of course we have our knorr cubes. So the first thing you want to do is to pour hot water on your catfish.
The reason for this is because catfish has this slimy texture covering it, and you want that off. You will also notice that I added salt to further enhance faster removal of that slimy covering that is on it.
So when I was done cleaning, I put my fish in the pot, added some stock cubes and my cocoyams that I had already cleaned and cut up. I will advise you add your cocoyams or yam to the pot like this instead of boiling it separately, so that some of that flavor of the fish can also go into it. You can also decide to boil it separately if you prefer that, but I think this is a much better option. Once I was done with that, I covered the pot and allowed it to cook. So while that was getting cooked, I got my other ingredients ready. I cleaned my leaf and washed my pepper, and then I rolled up my leaf and then cut it just casually. We are going to see the reason for this. Actually, we are going to be blending this up later.
It's advisable to use a mortar and pestle to pound what I'm going to be grinding now, but because I do not have a mortar and a pestle, I'm going to be using this wonderful kitchen equipment here. So if you don't have a mortar and pestle, don't fret, you can also use this. The reason for using a mortar and pestle or this is because you don't want your blended mixture to look smooth. You don't want your catfish looking like it fell into a pool of muddy water. So even if you are using an electric blender, please be very careful so that your mixture does not become very smooth. So what you are going to be adding to your grinder or mortar is your pepper, your leaves, your crayfish, and your ogiri okpei. I was even a bit skeptical that the ogiri okpei would not blend, but it worked perfectly well. So I just went ahead to blend those, and as you can see, it's not smooth at all. This is the consistency that you want. Alright, back to our pot. Once you check and you find out that the cocoyam or yam is perfectly cooked, you can take them out because we are going to be pounding it later. After taking out my cocoyams, I added my blended mixture to the pot. I also added a little bit of water because I noticed that the water was becoming very small and I didn't want my fish to burn. Then I covered the pot and allowed that to cook. You remember I said I did not have mortar and pestle? This is what I did. I had to improvise using this water bottle and my bowl. And to my greatest surprise, it worked really well. I was shocked. Call me innovator. Yes, so just look at the consistency. I mean, it's as if I actually used mortar and pestle to grind this. I could not still get over it. Oh my god. Oh yeah, let's continue cooking. So the next thing I did once I was done pounding was I checked my soup and it had boiled to my taste. So I added in the pounded cocoyam in chunks, as you can see. Just so you know, I didn't use the whole pounded cocoyam to thicken the soup. I actually had some left over. You don't need to start turning it or mashing it just for it to dissolve. The cocoyam or yam is going to dissolve on its own as long as it was pounded smooth. Once I was satisfied with how long it had been cooking, I opened the pot and as you can see, our soup is ready. You can now decide to adjust for salt, but please don't add salt when you start cooking. Don't add, please, Joe. Avoid stories that touches the heart. Let it be known to whoever cares to know that the best thing to eat with OFE NSALA is pounded yam. Yes, I would say pounded yam, but I didn't have pounded yam and I don't have mortar and pestle, so I made poundo yam. Just look at this beauty staring at you. Oh my god.
Now that we have finished cooking, it's time to call in Fumi the taster. Oh yeah, know that Fumi has not had OFE NSALA before. This is her first time.
Okay, now. Oh yeah, now.
Shall we?
We shall. We shall. Oh.
My first time eating this.
For me, all this your facial expression, it will be as if we wrote it in down in script.
Right. I don't like catfish, but I'll eat this one.
Yeah, eat it though. You must eat safe today. You don't have choice. Now if you pour hot water, it will stiffen up. Is that hot water?
Like some people's on that will be like
it will be very mushy. That mushy, I don't like it.
This one is for me.
Hey, you're not serious?
I hope you want to do it.
Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. God bless and bye.